Good morning, guys. So yesterday there was a post on one of the Facebook stylist pages, and I don't actually remember what the original post was. It was something, complaining about something, an owner in the salon doing something. And somebody in the comments wrote, "Oh yeah, and my boss, if there's a redo or recolor or whatever, my boss will take the credit and apply it to the stylist that does the rework rather than make the client get it fixed by me." And somebody else wrote, "Oh yeah, that's so annoying. My boss does that too." And let's talk about that, because actually I think that's a much more interesting subject than whatever the original subject was. So let's talk about that. Let's put that in the perspective of the not you who's being personally affected by this, but everybody else in the equation. There's two other people in the equation. There's the client, and then there's the salon company. Now, in most employee situations, you're being paid. Whoops. Hit that corner too fast. I was trying to drift on my way to work today. In most salon situations where you're an employee, you're being paid by commission. And in a situation, say, where say you charge $200 for the work and your commission is 50%, you get $100 of that, the salon gets $100, and then the salon pays for all of the color and the product used in that equation. So maybe the salon's end of it is, I don't know, $60, and your end of it is $100, right? Because the salon, let's just say they had $40 in product cost, and shampoo, conditioner, and their hydro bill for you doing the blowout, etc. So now the client is not happy with their hair. So first of all, that client is good enough to call the salon, as opposed to just go online and shit talking you guys, right? So that client, first of all, has given the salon company an incredible gift. And that gift is the opportunity to fix it and make it right. And I wish more people would do this. Okay? So, they've now reached out to the salon owner. And maybe it was a minor thing. If this was a loyal client of yours and they're unhappy, 9 times out of 10, they're going to go back to you, and they're going to actually probably reach out to you directly, because they probably have your Instagram, and they're going to say, "Hey, I don't love my colors, my roots are a little bit brassy, whatever." But if this is a new client, or maybe a 1 or 2 time client to you, and you don't make them happy, and I'm not talking about psycho clients who change their minds, guys. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the client who didn't get particularly good work. And you may not be the best judge of that. Let's talk about that in a second. I'll try to remember to get around to that. They may not want you to fix it. But the salon company, the big picture, the person who is going to be there 5 years from now, you may not, but they will. They care about their reputation. They care about making clients happy. They care about customer care. Because this is the thing, guys. It's a very different way of looking at things. It shouldn't be a different way of looking at things. If you're a stylist behind a chair, you are a business within the business, whatever your relationship is economically with the salon, the grand scheme of the business. You are a business within the business, right? Nobody's monitoring your work. So you should be just as connected to customer service as the salon company is, but the salon company is hopefully more invested than customer service, or at least that's the culture of the salon. So that client doesn't trust you to fix it, since you screwed it up in the first place. So they are giving the salon an opportunity to make it right, but they don't want to go to you. So what's the salon to do? Now, we already talked about the salon has paid you $100 for this equation, and the salon has made $60, right? So now they want somebody else to fix it. Now, I do this all the time. As a salon owner, I have a couple of opportunities. Maybe it's an easy fix, in which case, if I put that client into somebody who's maybe newer on the floor and is at a base salary and not making commission, that's a win for me, because I don't have to pay them any extra, right? Because they're still just making base salary. They're not going to go over minimum wage. That's how it works in British Columbia, or maybe in Canada, I don't know. But it basically means, like, I'll just give you our numbers. We pay everybody a flat minimum salary of $2,600 a month, and then say I'm doing 50% commission. The second they bill $5,201, now they're on commission. But say they have a bad month, and I put that recolor into somebody else's chair, I'm still paying them the $2,600. So I might, if the recolor is not complicated, because obviously there's two scenarios on a stylist who doesn't make commission yet. That is, they're new to the salon, maybe they're new to town, so they're a senior stylist, but they're new to town, so they're just building their book. And that's good for me, because then I can trust them with harder work. Or it's a more junior stylist, and maybe the fix is an easy fix. Maybe it's just simply the gray didn't cover enough. Maybe the roots were just a little too, I don't know, maybe a little too light, maybe a little too ashy. Maybe it's an easy toner fix. But the end of the day, though, the client does not want to go to the person that originally did it. Now, I've already paid you $100 for it. How am I supposed to deal with the financial situation on this? If I am sending this client to another commission stylist, and that person's going to expect to be paid for that work, right? Because they're hitting above their base salary, I have to pay them. So should I go out of pocket and allow a full fix and pay them and eat the product cost on your end of it and paying you the $100, and now I'm actually at a loss in this situation? Is that what I should do? Or do I transfer that money? Now, when I transfer that money, guys, by the way, I always talk to the stylist who's going to do the fix. And I say, look, don't take advantage of the person. They worked really hard on this color. If all you're doing is toning the roots, just charge the bare minimum that you can get away with, and maybe you'll convert this client to your client. So maybe you don't take full advantage. If it was a brand new situation from another salon sitting in your chair and you're going to charge them $200, don't do that to your coworker. Let's not take advantage of it, right? Let's be nice about it. Let's let them keep some of that money. That's what I always do. I have that conversation. But what should we do? Should I eat the cost, or should you eat the cost? Should it cost you money out of your commission, and you're still above your minimum because you're eating commission, right? So you're still making well above the minimum salary because you're on commission, but you didn't make that person happy. So yeah, you lose 3 hours of your life, right? You've lost 3 hours that month. Hopefully you've learned something from it. Hopefully you also recognized during that service that the work could have been better and it wasn't quite up to your standard, but you still let it go, because that is what hairdressers very often do. I'm going to be honest, I do it myself sometimes. I try my best not to, but sometimes we don't have time to fix it, right? So that's one scenario. Now, what if the client doesn't want it fixed? What if the client is unhappy and they want a refund? So this is what I posed to Samantha on her comment, and then she ended up either blocking me or because when I wrote this, I wrote the first thing that I said. She wrote the laugh emoji. I think that they should do away with the laugh emoji, and I'll tell you why. Unless I said something funny, you shouldn't be allowed to write the laugh emoji at somebody's comment and not write anything in response. That means you have nothing intelligent to say. That you're saying what you think that what I'm saying is a joke, not a joke, haha, but a joke as in stupid. But you don't have anything intelligent to say. So I think that just paints a really ugly picture of your ability to step out of your own ego and look at a situation from both sides of the equation. Because I'm going to tell you guys, when I was a hairdresser, before I was a salon owner, I was like Samantha, where I only looked in the mirror and my ego, the big picture for me was my ego, right? It never got beyond my ego. But once I owned a salon and I started dealing with customer service in a different way, and I was able to see things more objectively, like, yeah, that work's not so good, right? It wasn't my arrogance in the way saying, yeah, my work is fucking awesome and the client's crazy for not loving it. No, that's so dangerous. Most clients are not crazy. Most clients are not psycho. Do you think the client wants to come back to the salon after being in the salon for 4 hours, wants to come back on another day, park their car, and waste half a day getting their hair fixed again? You think they want to do that? course they don't. It's a major inconvenience, okay? Most 9 out of 10 clients are not psychos. Some people are. I want to be a redhead. Now, no, I never said I wanted to be a redhead. Yes, we get those people. It's not what I'm talking about, okay? I'm just talking about a client who's unhappy with their hair and needs it fixed. Most people just want good hair, guys. Most people just want pretty hair, okay? And if you didn't deliver, look in the mirror. Okay, so now, let's say that this client says, I don't like my hair, and I don't want to give you guys an opportunity to fix it either. I want a refund. Now, for us, we don't like a refund policy. We'd like to see you come in. We'd like to look at it because I want to assess it to make sure that the condition, like if we have fried your hair, I'm probably going to give you a refund. I probably will. If we have given you really, really ugly work and you're just like, no, I never want to set foot in there again, I got to look at it to see that the work is ugly. But say you want a refund and the salon does refund this person because the work was shit. Now, who should eat that cost? Should you lose your commission on that situation where the salon gave a refund? Because I kind of think you should, right? Because what's the onus, or what's the learning opportunity for you to improve if there's no risk? You're a commission-based employee. So basically, commission is based on sales. Now, if you didn't make the sale, if there's a return on the sale, you don't get to keep your commission. So maybe the refund end of it is more understandable for people who are in this situation where that client is now sitting in a coworker's chair and is getting it fixed and you're losing your commission. It's essentially a refund. Now, thank God the client is giving the salon an opportunity to fix it and maybe retain that client. Thank God. That's a much better scenario. But if it was a refund, you probably would be pissed off at your boss for giving a refund. But I think you would understand that you shouldn't keep your commission on it, especially if you're capable of looking objectively at your work and realizing, my work could be better. Most of the time, let's be honest, guys, most of the time that we do mediocre to poor work, if it happens, we know it. If you don't know it, then, I can't even help you. And I got to tell you guys, there's a lot of people that post shit work that don't know that it's shit. And that's okay, but I do always tell, like my mantra, if you ever go to one of my business seminars, one of my slides is, you probably suck. And then the next slide is, that's okay. The best thing you can do is recognize it so you can improve. There's nothing worse than a hairdresser who sucks that doesn't know they suck. So I don't care who you are. You should always be looking at ways that you can improve your work, right? Because if you do that, if you look at every bit of work you do as next time I would have done it this way, or if I just had another hour with her, I could do it like this. If you look at all of your work that way, then you will sort of learn to be objective, okay? But if you pat yourself on the back constantly with everything you do, it's pretty unlikely you're that good. I got to be honest. Like that's like top tier hairdresser, but they got there by having an exacting standard, okay? An exacting standard. I have a girl who works in my salon. She has an exacting standard with her work. She still beats herself up if it's not perfect, and she'll fix it if it's not perfect because she has a really, really high standard. Most people, honestly, guys, the most mid-tier hairdressers don't really have that, or maybe they let their ego get in the way of looking at their work and going, my work isn't that good. It could be better. I got work to do, right? But if you want to improve, you got to look at your work objectively. So anyway, Samantha, what is it, Karen? So anyways, Patty, the issue is you didn't make the client happy. The client is giving the salon an opportunity to fix it. I understand it sucks that you worked for free basically that day, but a busy salon benefits everybody. A salon that has a bad reputation and has bad reviews benefits nobody, okay? So take the L on that, learn from the situation, and don't be pissed off at the salon owner. You want them to lose money twice on this situation? No, they're a business. Come on now. You didn't make the sale, okay? You don't get the commission when you don't make the sale, no matter how hard you work on it. Nobody gives a shit how hard you work. All that matters is the end result. Was the client happy? Did the client complete the sale? Did the client want the product at the end of this work? You know, and in sales, people who work on commission in sales, they will very often hustle. I had somebody come out and give me estimate because an estimate on our heating system in our house needs to be replaced. I had 2 guys come out and give estimates. Well, one guy came, he spent an hour in my house. He's not getting the sale. I'm giving it to the other guy. That's the way it goes. Sometimes you put in effort, but you don't get the sale. Thankfully, most of the time you will, right? And if you don't, you'll figure out how to change your pitch. You'll figure out how to change your work so that you successfully close. Okay? It's no different. That's the way commission is. Okay? It's based on sales. You didn't make the sale if the client wants a refund or if the client needs it redone. It's as simple as that.